See students, you can do this interesting activity in which you have to take a container like this, which is going to be filled with water. Then take one plastic bottle, empty plastic bottle, and then fix the lid tightly and release that bottle into the water. You will notice that even if you are pushing this bottle, it will not sink down, but it will float on the surface, because no doubt this plastic bottle is light in weight, and that is why it is going to be floating onto the water. Then the same bottle, when you'll be filling it with water to its fullest capacity, and then when you'll be fixing the lid tightly, and when you will release the same bottle into the water, now it will start floating inside the water. It will go downside, but it will not directly touch the bottom of the container, so it will not sink, but it will be floating inside the water. Then why these things are happening? No doubt there is a force of gravity which is directed from the downward direction, which is tried to pull this bottle downward, but there is again another force which is acting into the upward direction, and that force which is directed into the upward direction, that is due to the entire water which is present around this bottle. So that force, that upward force, which is not allowing this object to sink down directly, and it is opposing the force of gravity, it is balancing the bottle, that force is known as buoyant force. So the force which acts into the upward direction and which acts on the object in water or other fluid or gas into the upward direction, that force is known as buoyant force. So just because of the buoyant force is balancing the force of gravity, there is no unbalancing force, and because of this the bottle is not touching the bottom of the container, and it's simply floating inside the water. So this is just because of the buoyant force. So let me repeat again: the upward force acting on the object in water or any other fluid or any gas is called as the buoyant force, and it is represented by this letter FB. And the force due to gravity, it acts into downward direction, and that is represented by this FG.